Hello everyone, Fanta here, you're watching FANTAVISION, and today we're going to be discussing the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 pricing on video games. And the thing is, this is not just the pricing for the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, it's also for the PC if you think about it, because 2K has come out and said that NBA 2K whatever is worth $70. They think that all of their premium AAA games are worth $70 in the next-gen systems, over $60. And I disagree completely. And this is why. Because a lot of people are going to make the argument, well, Fanta, games are expensive now because you've listened to the corporate mouthpieces too much and you haven't really sat down and thought for yourself. Because if you think for yourself for 1 second, if you take 1 second and look at what the games industry has been doing, you will know that games are not $60. Games have not been $60 since the middle of the last console generation, because they have been slowly adding more and more monetization to these games, where when you buy that product, you're not getting the full game. There are so many things that are locked behind a paywall nowadays, you're not getting that full game for $60. So the fact that they say games are expensive, you're right, they're expensive for us, because games have become infinitely expensive. I mean, there are so many games. Let's just take a look real quick. Let's take a look real quick on what they've added to games that has made it not $60 anymore. So there's been the little microtransactional DLCs, started with horse armor and crap like that, where you can buy in-game items for money. Then they did that stupid day one DLC thing where if you didn't pre-order the game, now you gotta pay for DLC the first day it comes out. Congratulations. Then they did online passes. Do you remember online passes? That was a thing that happened for a little bit. They charged you extra if you bought it used because they needed that extra money from you. Needed. Map packs. Map packs have been around since the original Xbox. So, they've already had expansions and stuff. Loot boxes. That's just gambling. Thank God UK has finally done something about it, but that is gambling. Literal gambling that they've had in games. They have battle passes now. They have season passes. They have so many forms of microtransactions that I'm probably missing somehow. I mean, there's skins. I mean, I guess that's in-game items, but it's just come to the point where console games still cost $60, but they have just as many microtransactions as a free-to-play phone game or even a free-to-play other game. I mean, Fortnite is a free-to-play game, okay? And it's full of all that other stuff. But the thing is, it's free to play. That's okay. It's okay if you have some sort of monetization if you are free to play. You have to make money somehow. I get it. But if I'm spending $60, that is not an insignificant amount of money, $60 in a game, and you for some reason have all the same things that are in those free to play games, all those monetization practices in your $60 game, that $60 game is no longer just $60. And there are so many people out there that are corporation apologists, and they're going to say, oh, but they're just cosmetics a lot of the time, Fanta. They're just cosmetics. Those used to be part of the game. And I don't know about you, but I enjoy those, which a lot of people do, which is why people spend so much money on them. And the thing is, when they say these games are expensive to make, they're also taking home millions and millions of dollars in just bonuses. Bobby Kotick has it is several $billion, billion with a B. Same with all these microtransactions. All that money they're making, again, in the billions of dollars. So when people tell me that they need to raise the prices on video games, they already have. A long time ago, they've slowly been adding more and more bullshit to these games, and we just come to accept it. It's so sad how easily manipulated we all are. We all are, including myself. Because I still complain about it, but I still buy a lot of these games, you know? I try not to buy them day one anymore because they really don't deserve that $60. Hell, they don't deserve any dollars because of how much money those microtransactions make. They've said time and time again that it is inconsequential how much that starting price is because they're going to make all that money on microtransactions. If the game industry really wanted to make a ton of money, they'd make every game with microtransactions free. Because then it would be more accessible to more people, and they'd be even more easily manipulated because they'd be constantly bombarded with all these different messages about buying in-game currency and buying this and buying that and all these different things. It's all these haves and have-nots. This guy's got that skin. Don't you want that skin? They started looking into a way of doing matchmaking where it would put you into matches if you weren't buying things with other people that had bought things, so you'd get jealous. The game industry is so greedy. It is insane. It has become the most expensive hobby for so many people, whether they like it or not. It has preyed upon people with gambling addictions. How can video games do that? I don't understand. Video games should not prey on people with gambling addictions. Like those things shouldn't even be close together. But somehow now they're married. It's absolutely baffling to me how much the games industry has devolved. And now we're just talking about the AAA space because a lot of amazing indie games have come out. And the thing is, people pour their heart and soul into these indie games. And how much are the indie games? They're like $20, $30, sometimes 40. And yet over here in the AAA space where they're making billions with a B, I mean, they're asking for 70. They're thinking $70 is reasonable for a game that is still going to have microtransactions. Yes, because a lot of people are saying, oh, but Fanta, the $70 is going to wipe away all those microtransactions. It's going to get rid of all that other crap. No, it's not. You really think an extra $10 is going to make them go, oh, well, now we can just give them a full game? Wow, that's all we needed was that extra $10. No, because a little bit of extra money is not what they want. They want all the money. That's the thing. That's the thing with every single company. I mean, let's just take a look at internet real quick. Let's take a look at the internet. I don't have unlimited data. I have to pay extra for more data. Now you may be saying, well, 1 terabyte's a lot of data. And according to Comcast, 90% of consumers don't use more than... I don't give a shit how much other consumers are using or customers are using, because you know what? I'm not them. And if so many of those other people are not affecting your system, then why are you punishing me? I'm going on a long rant about this. My point is that other markets do not have a data cap because they have competition. And that's what companies do. Companies will squeeze out every penny of every person they can, if they can. And that's the thing. If you give them an inch, they take a mile. That's why everybody was so up in arms about net neutrality, because it gives them the ability to pull a games industry, to slowly keep inching the line back. Horse armor. Everyone was in an uproar. Do you remember Horse Armor for Oblivion? It was a joke. Everyone made fun of Bethesda. We couldn't believe. Like, who would buy horse armor? A shitload of people, apparently, because now that's in every single game ever nowadays, except for very few. Let's just say every AAA game. Every AAA game now has horse armor, or the equivalent of horse armor. You can get your 420 Blaze It skin in Call of Duty, congratulations, and you pay for it with real money. Absolutely ridiculous. And the thing is that makes this story even more ridiculous is that sports games are by far the worst offenders, and yet that's the one we're talking about right now. NBA 2K is the $70 game. Are you kidding me? The one that literally just had all these different gambling issues, that had like slot machines in it, literal gambling things in it. Like you couldn't... The whole games industry is constantly saying, this is not gambling, this is nothing like gambling, and they have all these like Plinko and all these slot machines and all these different things in the NBA games, and they've got this virtual currency that you can buy, and all these different card packs you can buy, just like FIFA and all those other games with their virtual teams that then reset the next year, which just baffles me that anybody would spend a penny on that crap when the next year, all those hundreds of dollars you've spent gone, worthless, finito. You don't get anything for next year. You think they're going to port over all the players you purchased? Hell no. Buy it all again, idiot. And that's the thing, is people are spending hundreds of dollars in these sports games already. So you're telling me that these games are still 60? Are you sure? Are you really sure? Have you ever played any of those different sports games, by the way? Side rant, whatever. You're here. It's fine. Most people have tuned out anyway. We're at the 11-minute mark. The sports games that have the, like, build your own team thing, like the fantasy team, I'm trying to remember what they're called. Ultimate Team, that's it. You get a drip feed of in-game currency so painfully slow. Oh my god, it takes forever to get a basic pack, and all those other packs are taunting you because that's where all the good players are, the gold and the platinum, but you can only get the bronze packs. But you can only afford those bronze packs because it takes 50 years to save up enough in-game currency to even get that damn thing. So it pressures you into spending real money. Oh, come on. It's only a couple bucks, and you'll get all those players you need. You'll have so much more fun if you spend more money. And these same games that are pressuring you and pissing you off to the point that you want to spend more money, they're saying that they need more. I just don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I urge you, for the love of God, do not buy these games at $70. If you guys all start buying games at $70, if I buy these games for $70, I'm not going to be buying a sports game, that's for sure. But if you buy any game that is $70 in the next generation, you are setting the precedent that you are willing to spend that extra money for no extra anything else. You are not getting more game with that $10. You are not helping developers with that $10 because all that money is just going to go up to the CEOs and executives anyway. We know it's true. So resist as much as you can, as tempting as it is. Any game that prices itself at $70 when the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5 launch, give them the finger, because that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to take advantage of all the people's excitement, the hype surrounding the new console, all that emotion, all that excitement, and they want to turn that into even more money. They want to make $70 the new price tag. They're hoping that 2K's model takes off, because even though it's only an extra $10, they want every dollar that you have. Seriously, take a look at Activision's games. Good God. They want every single penny that is in your wallet. And even when they're doing well, think about it. Think about how well the industry is doing, how much money they're making, and still laying off 800 people. Because they want that unsustainable growth. And that's another part of that $70. They need that extra 10 to keep up that unsustainable year-over-year earnings increase. And with all of these massive, huge increases with these microtransactions, it gets even harder for them to beat the year before. Why businesses work that way, I don't know. I feel like if you're making a massive profit, you should just be happy, but you just got to keep beating the year over year because that's how the world works, apparently. So resist as much as you can, as tempting as it is to buy a $70 game day one during the next generation. Because if you do that, you're setting the precedent. I saw IGN's poll, 25% of people said that they'd be willing to spend an extra couple bucks. I fucking hate the way they worded that. IGN, I swear to God, is like the biggest mouthpiece of the games industry. Just a couple bucks extra. I'm willing to shell out a couple extra bucks. That's not what it's about. What it's about is them continuing to push the line even further. They've added the microtransactions, they've added gambling, they've added all these different things. Let's see if we can tack on an extra $10 for no extra game. Because that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to get extra money for free. These companies that are already not paying taxes, that we are paying them, by the way, our tax money is going to a lot of these different companies. They're not paying any taxes. They have their offices in a basement in Holland or somewhere else. All of these different tricky bullshit things they're doing, and they're trying to squeeze just another extra couple bucks. And 25% of idiots are falling for it. They're falling for it. 25%. That's huge. It's a fourth. If 1/4 of the people, when the games launch, if 1/4 of those people buy those $70 games, that is going to set a precedent. We need those numbers down. We need it to be like only 1 out of 10 people is stupid, not 1 out of 4. I know that's a difficult ask, but please, if you care about the future of your hobby, if you care about the future of video games, do not buy these games at $70. Don't let them set that precedent, because it's only going to get worse. Hell, if you really want to know how to buy video games, I have another video where I talk about how to buy modern games, the best way to do it, how to look at what the prices are going to do, stuff like that. Definitely check that video out. Save yourself some money, and allow yourself to experience more games for less money. That's why would you not want to do that? And I feel like not buying these games at $70 again allows you to do that. So thanks for watching, everyone. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like the video if you guys liked it. Subscribe for more content. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.